Hey, everybody, I hope you're doing well. Listen, heard this before. Look on the screen. It says, story time. Finding out your boyfriend got HIV after 2 years of thinking he had sickle cell. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And guess what? For some reason, I am so not surprised. No. So check it out. So there he is laying up there. She thinking he's got sickle cell. No, he's got something else. What in the hell? Check this out. 2 years, taking him back and forth to his doctor's appointment. So hold on, let me start it over. She said being with a man for how long? Two 2 years. Being with a man for 2 years, taking him back and forth to his doctor's appointments that you thought had sickle cell, but he really got HIV is wow. Now listen to this story. Homegirl said she was with her boyfriend for 2 years, and she thought that he had sickle cell. She was taking him back and forth to his doctor's appointment. She never went in because he never wanted her to. She always went about to her shopping centers, and so he was going with his appointments, which is cool. You know, like, I understand why you go to your doctor's appointment. That's fine. He invited her to a family event, a bonfire or something like that, and she went. One of his cousins, you know, while he over there talking to his mom, one of his cousins walked up to her and was like, you know, I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for somebody that's going to take him in his condition. Like, I salute you for that. Like, being with somebody that got HIV is just not an easy thing. You are strong. The girlfriend is at a standstill. The girlfriend is at a jaw drop. What do you mean HIV? He told me he got sickle cell. Girlfriend is going crazy. Girlfriend is on the rant. Girlfriend is turning up. Cousin E's on the bottom of it because cousin don't realize that she done told too much. She done put a little too much dip on her chip. Baby, girlfriend walk over there to him and his mama, she's going off. You know how sometimes you try to defuse the situation? It was too late for that. She went out her, pulled out her pum, shot the mama, and then unalived him. This is crazy. Have y'all seen this story? I just think that. Wow. And here she is. Doesn't surprise me. I told you before about my friend and her family member. It was like, wow, that boy, they were saying he was staying with his mother. Long story short, they were saying, the mother was saying that he was cancer. But no, he had HIV, then it had progressed to AIDS, and he died. And so the mother was saying, oh, it's cancer. You know, it's just my son got cancer. And they were all at the funeral, and my cousin was like, hey, somebody needs to tell the girl, because he and the girl broke up, and the girl was with him for like maybe 4 or 5 years, a long time. And she broke up with him because he was a serial cheater. The sad thing is the girl was also engaged to someone else. And it was crazy. And I was like, you know, at the funeral, she was like, nobody told her. And I told you about that story, how the ex-girlfriend rather, came to the funeral. The mother told her about him. Was sticking to that he's got cancer. The mother was saying cancer. The mother even talked to the ex-girlfriend at the funeral, and everybody knew that man that they were putting in the ground, he was young, in his 30s, but real big guy, loved to work out, big dude. Everybody knew that man in the family, they all knew he had died of AIDS, and the ex-girlfriend was at that darn funeral thinking he had died of cancer, and not nobody said a dang thing. I just thought, girl, what kind of people you come from? She didn't say, nobody said nothing. She was like, somebody need to tell her. And she told me she saw the girl talking to the mother, you know, trying to be there for her. The girl even visited him when he was sick, because he was like, you know, tied to the house. Couldn't get up. He's bedridden at this point. And she was saying some stuff was going on, a lot going on with him, but the same thing, yeah. And the mother was saying cancer. So I was like, wow, look how evil people are. They all knew that man had died of AIDS complicated disease, and no one said anything. And this girl, she had children, but she met somebody else and was already engaged. So then you look up, you don't be surprised years later, the girl got it, maybe, and then the boyfriend, then the husband, fiance turned husband. All those people at that funeral, no one said anything. And see this right here? The mom was probably happy about it, because guess what? She didn't want to take care of her son. Listen, mothers try to put their old dust bucket, sickly son on someone else. If he can't take care of himself, oh, they have no problem. Let's go to church, son. It's not because they want to hear the choir sing us some really good preaching. Let's see what the message is for today. No, she's looking for somebody so they can get a place to stay. She's looking for a woman that has resources, because she wants her son out of her house, and try to put him on a woman. They do it every day. I have seen it personally. Better marry her. She can take care of you. And you're like, Why don't you tell your son to stop being a bum and take care of himself, and maybe the reverse? So he should be helping to take care of a wife, take care of each other. No. So this right here, man, listen, the mother was probably want to keep it a secret because she didn't want the responsibility of it on her. So one more time, this woman is taking care of this, and then how you know he hasn't given it to her? She said it was a boyfriend of 2 years. Wow. And think, can you imagine looking at you lying to your face, knowing all alone? Can you imagine what a tangle web we weave when we practice what? To deceive. One more time. Are you kidding me?
He would have been for 2 years, taking him back and forth to his doctor's appointments that you thought had sickle cell, but he really got HIV. Wow. Woo. Now listen to this story. Homegirl said she was with her boyfriend for 2 years, and she thought that he had sickle cell. She was taking him back and forth to his doctor's appointments. She never went in because he never wanted her to. She always went about the nearest shopping centers, and so he was done with his appointments, which is cool. Like, I do something while you go into your doctor's appointment. That's fine. He invited her to a family event, a bonfire or something like that, and she went. One of his cousins, while he over there talking to his mom, one of his cousins walked up to her and was like, I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy he found somebody that's going to take him in his condition. Like, I salute you for that. Like, being with somebody that got HIV is just not an easy thing. You are strong. The girlfriend is at a standstill. The girlfriend is at a jaw drop. What do you mean HIV? He told me he got sickle cell. Girlfriend is going crazy. Girlfriend is on the rant. Girlfriend is turning up.
Who would it be?
Cousin E's on the back of it because cousin don't realize that she done told too much. She done put a little too much dip on her chip. Baby, girlfriend walk over there to him and his mama, she's going off. You know how sometimes you try to defuse the situation? It was too late for that. She went out her, pulled out her pum pum, shot the mama, and then unalived him.
You don't think the this also show you how women hate other women. You don't think the mother knew about it? They probably both in on it. That's what, both in on it. And think, looking at that girl doing all alone, using her to take care of him. Wow. The woman, I think she just snapped, lost it. Wow. Isn't that something? I guarantee you the mama in on it. Trust me, these mothers, man, they'll fight a bear for their sons, but leave a daughter in the wilderness at a lot of spaces. So what do you think about that? I think the woman just all this time. Can you imagine? And that's why you can't go in the back with them. It's something else going on. Really quick. Oh my gosh. I saw this documentary, never forget. This is an older documentary before all the medicines came out to try to stop the grief from progressing. Saw a documentary, and it was this dude, the little dirty head blonde. He was more than dirty blonde with his hair. He was real dirty. What he did was he had been living the lifestyle of a gay man, and so then he had came down with the disease. Guess what he started doing? He started dating women. Guess what he did? He found a girl. She was a heavy set girl, and she was a nurse. And she was like, she had dated a lot. She's working, going to school, and you know how people try to sometimes, if you're maybe too skinny or they think you're, too plump or what have you. People try to put us, treat you differently, that kind of thing. So he just smothered her with all this attention. They met and dated, and boom, got married. They got married real fast, y'all. Keep in mind, she's a nurse, no kids. He ended up sick. He ended up on his deathbed, just like this man right here, Mr. Low Key Line, Mr. Sickecell. He ended up on his deathbed, very, 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 very ill. And then that's when she found out he had full blown AIDS. And they were telling her, you need to get tested. And she was like, I'm just not finding this out. We dated, got married. I'm like, what are you talking about? So they recorded him as they were sitting there about people lying, doing just this. It is nothing new because this was old. I'm thinking maybe like, if I had to guess, maybe like 15 years ago or something is old. But guess what he said? So they were saying to him that had saying to her that he'd been an assistant for a long time. This man even had he was sickly. I get well, he hadn't progressed that far along, but he had already been tested positive years before, and so I will never forget. It was so profound to me. It's like I can just see her sitting there in her little sweater and him laying in bed. She had a little skirt on, and she was holding his hand. Girl, with some folks, it would have been a punching. Not that I condone violence, okay? But she was holding his hand, and she said, "You already knew that you already had this," because then they started having her to get tested, and unfortunately, the the wife did. She did get it, and she asked him, "Why would you do this to me? Why would you marry me and say you want kids and have unprotected relations with me? Why would you? Why would you do this to me? I keep telling you to be selfish because the men already are." You know what he said? I can remember this as if it was yesterday. It was just so profound to me. He said to her, she said, "Why did you marry me? You know you had this when you married me. Why did you marry me?" He said, "Because I needed someone to take care of me, and you were a nurse." And and he was dying. He said again, because I needed someone to take care of me, and you were a nurse. And she said, "Well, now I've tested positive, so who's going to take care of me?" And it was just silence. This wasn't a movie. This was real life. That's why he married her. He said he needed someone to take care of him. Wow. What do you say about that? Talk about people. That's why I don't understand a hookup culture. You got to be out of your ever loving mind. I do not understand that. So, this here, not the first time, won't be the last again. What I'm telling you about, that's like maybe 15 years ago, was like shocking. He needed someone to take care of him because he knew he had that disease. Anyway, I hope that woman's health is not adversely impacted by this, but you never know. Let me know what you all think about this. 2 years thinking he got sickle cell. No, honey, he's looking for a nurse with a purse. But see, this time around, he got a nurse that got that poom poom in a purse. And I can, again, the mother, trust me, she was in on it. That's why she got what she got. And the girl probably figured that. That's why the mama got popped. Let me know what you all think about this. The world that we live in is full of meanness, it's full of evil people. This is crazy. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'm out. Please be careful out there. Wow.